Welcome to biology classes. Today we can discuss about locomotion and movement. And before going to this topic, just glance over previous year's questions based on this topic. As per the last year in 2019 and in 2017, they asked two questions. In 2018, they asked one. In 2016, phase 1 and phase 2, including they asked three questions. Based on this, we will expect minimum two questions. That means there is a possibility they will ask 8 marks to 12 marks. And this is the analysis. On which concept they asked the question means in 2019 about skeletal system and joints, in 2018 types of movement, at 17 joints and ribs, in 2016 about muscular contraction and muscular contraction diseases. Based on these 3 years about joint, they have repeated questions, so that you people while reading it is better to focus on joint. Simultaneously you should focus every concept of this topic. I think by seeing this analysis we have get some ideas regarding with this topic. Now we can go to our concept, that is locomotion and movement. First we can study about locomotion. What it means? Locomotion is changes of location of the organisms. For example, it is a one area. There is a one animal present at A point. Now this animal want to move P point. Here this animal moving from A point to B point, and that is known as locomotion. In locomotion there is a changes of location of the organisms. Can you give any example for locomotion? Those are walking, climbing, running, flying, swimming, jumping, creeping. In all these cases organisms always changes the habitat. That's why these are known as locomotion. And next, why these organisms are practicing locomotion. Every organisms on the earth, they can perform locomotions for one or another reason, and there are so many reasons are found. In that, some are I mentioned here. First of all, food. As we know that food is a source of energy. Because of that, to get food, every organism it can move from one place to another place. Next one is protections. It is quite common in all animals. We can look at this animal, deer. It is look like a jumping or it look like a running, and this animal is doing this kind of action because to protect from the predators like lion, cheetah, tiger, etc. Because of this protection, they must fly, they must creep, they must do any kind of activity for their protection. Next, to get favorable habitat, because during extreme conditions the organisms unable to survive. To get rid of unfavorable condition, These organisms must select favorable habitat for their survival. It is also necessary for locomotion. Next, breeding ground, and this is the found in particular animals like fishes, amphibians and reptiles. And for these organisms to breeding, they select suitable place that is influencing on the eggs or progenies. So that in case of fishes, we have noticed fishes, reptiles and amphibians, we have noticed these organisms are migrating from one place to another place, especially in case of fishes. Some marine water fishes, they can migrate towards fresh water for their spawning, means to lay the eggs. Some of freshwater fishes, they are migrating to marine water for the sake of breeding or spawning, because for their egg, for their young ones, that environment is influencing for their development. Because of that reason, these organisms are migrating for various habitat for the sake of breeding. This is also shows locomotion. And another one is mating, is quite common for reproduction. Both organisms, it is in concern with opposite sex, they must be cross, that is known as mating, that is necessary for continuity of generation through reproduction. Next one is, whatever these actions are there, all the actions of the locomotions purely under the control of willpower, and because of that reason we are known as these are all voluntary functions. This was, and walking, climbing, running, creeping, jumping, all kind of things is purely under the control of willpower. That's why these are all voluntaries. Next one is movement. Here what is the main difference means, in movement organisms change body posture. They won't change the place, they are present at a particular place. In that place, just they can changes their body posture or body structure, that is known as movement. For the movement, we can take the best example, plants. You have seen all the plants are fixed at a particular place, but they can move the twigs, leaves, flowers, etc. This is the movement. We can take in our body, there are so many organisms they can perform this kind of actions. For example, moving of body parts. Now I am speaking, there is a movement of tongue, not locomotion. The movement of eyeball, the movement of limbs. It consists of both legs and hands. And movement of jaws, the movement of alimentary canal, the movement of stomach, as well as intestine. In all these cases, the organism they can change the body posture, not a location. That's why these are all movements. And this movement, is it voluntary or involuntary? It is the biggest question for us. Can we guess? Is it voluntary or involuntary? It is a both. Whatever the movement, it is concerned with skeletal muscles. Those are all voluntary activities. Is it? Next one is some of the movement which are concerned with visceral organs are smooth muscles, and those are involuntary. That's why all locomotions are voluntary, but movement, it is both voluntary as well as involuntary. And another very interesting thing you might be noticed, this deer is jumping or running. Is it locomotion or movement? It is purely locomotion. But above this figure, they have mentioned movement. Is it correct or not? It is correct, because in our syllabus, while studying the movement and locomotions, we never differentiate. All are the same. For our convenience, just we have differentiated movement and locomotions. When we study this topic, generally we can use only one term, that is movement. We cannot use any locomotions. Whether it can change the body posture, whether organism change the location, generally we are using only one term, that is movement.